Okay, here we are, Retail Wrap 58. It's great to be back. We're going to talk about the removal of Russia, influencers, that's obviously not me, the Westfarmer Farmer deal, and Amazon gone. Let's get straight into it. Australia's biggest retailers this month have announced the removal of products originating from Russia in a sign of solidarity with the Ukraine. Major liquor retailers like Endeavour Group's Dan Murphy's and Coles' own First Choice have stripped Russian-owned spirits from their shelves, a move that has been welcomed by the Australian Federation of Ukraine Organisations. Russian-made spirits make up less than 1% of Australia's annual $211 billion of imported spirits industry. In 2020, Australia imported $210 million of products from Russia, making us Russia's 48th largest trading partner. Not that big, really. The Australian retailers joined countries from around the world, including in the US, where President Biden has halted imports of Russian vodka, diamonds, and seafood. Woolworths has taken it a step further, rebranding their locally produced chicken Kiev, the Russian spelling of the Ukraine capital, to chicken Kyiv. Chicken Kyiv.
Kyiv.
To reflect the global recognized spelling of the capital. Now, the boycott just doesn't end there, with a growing list of Western companies boycotting Putin's Russia, including McDonald's, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Unilever, Visa, and Netflix, just to name a few. What do these local boycotts seek to do? i.e., does boycotting a product in Australia actually send a message to this despot? Or is this just virtual signalling? On the surface, it seems like virtual signalling, but the purpose seems to be twofold. Number one, because it pushes the business people and workers of Russia to protest the demise of their economy to their political leaders. And number two, and I'm pretty sure this is the main reason, these companies actually don't want to be sitting on a whole lot of Russian ruble, which at one point lost half of its value prior to the invasion. Locally, it helps to support the local Ukraine community, but I do feel sympathy for those Russians who don't want any part of this regime. I would hate to be cynical, but I got a hunch this has got more to do about money than not. And if McDonald's and all these other organizations are closing down, so does that mean all of those local Russian people have lost their jobs? To me, that's what I want to know. And it makes sense now that someone pointed out that the value of the ruble is so low that maybe it's not worth them opening, and maybe, just maybe, they are only interested in their back pockets. What do you think? In a move that shows that they are not scared to exit a dying market, Amazon have announced the closure of their 68 physical bookstores, as well as the 4-star and pop-up stores in the United States. Instead of choosing to focus on their grocery and fashion stores, the latter of which will debut later this year, Amazon added grocery chain Whole Foods to their cart in 2017, and in February this year, they opened their first cashier-less Whole Foods store in Washington, DC. Physical stores only make up 3% of Amazon's revenue, with almost all of that coming from the 500 Whole Foods stores, which explains the shift in focus to their grocery division. A spokesperson for Amazon confirmed that they would focus more on our Amazon Fresh, which is the Whole Foods market, Amazon Go, and Amazon Style stores, and the Just Walk Out technology. The cashier-less Amazon Go stores are pioneers and have influenced the likes of Audi, who have just opened their first cashier-less store in London to follow in the footsteps. Wow, there might be one employee at Audi now. As I've said before, Amazon are masters of going into new markets, but the thing that gives them the strength is that they're also not afraid to exit markets that are dying. Good on you, Amazon. It's interesting to see what you're doing, but you come into a market that who would have thought you would buy books online? And now look, we buy every freaking thing online. How many people here buy something from Amazon? Leave in the comments below. Influencers! Be warned. In a stark warning to Australian influencers, outgoing ACCC boss Rod Sims has taken aim at social media influencers, warning them to make sure they comply with the new rules that force them to disclose payments or gifts for the products they are spruiking. So this follows a news report by The Australian that said that Therapeutic Goods Administrators, the good old TGA, and they can be trusted, advertising code would ban influencers from being paid or receive benefits in return for providing testimonials on health products like sunscreen, vitamins, and protein powders. According to a 2009 study by Ratkin Advertising, 87% of shoppers admitted to have been prompted to make a purchase by an influencer, and it's stats like this that have prompted the Australian Influencer Marketing Council to be established. AIMCO introduced the Australian Influencer Marketing Code of Practice in July 2020 to provide a set of working practices to support brands, agencies, and creators, including advertising disclosure and contractual considerations. Together with the Australian Association of National Advertisers Code of Ethics, the two codes aim to provide stricter regulations for social media influencers to disclose if they have been paid or received products for their post. Influencer marketing is also covered under the Australian Consumer Law under Schedule 2, Section 18, misleading and deceptive conduct, and Section 29 on the false and misleading representations about goods or services. Holy f***. But so far, the ACCC have not handed out any fines for breaches of the Australian consumer law by social media influencers. No wonder they haven't handed out any laws. No one knows what the f*** is going on. 87% of people have been influenced and have gone and bought a product. Good on them. Hey guys, if you think Kim Kardashian's face cream's gonna work for you and you buy it, good on ya. I don't know why we have so many rules and regulations. Well, I mean, who's getting paid for holding products up? I mean, I'm not being paid by Red Bull, but I love the product. Or am I being paid because I get free Red Bull because I own a supermarket? I don't know, but let's face it, influencers, nothing against them. But people making their living from selling products, good on them. And if someone chooses to buy it, that's up to them. But Jesus, look at all these rules and regulations. I mean, you think it's fucking confusing for you. We've got no idea what's going on. And just to clarify, because I don't know if I clarified enough, not paid sponsorship at all. But Red Bull does give you wings. In a $763 million deal, Wesfarmers will be handed the keys to API on March 31st. This comes after Wesfarmers launched their original bid back in July 2021 and has knocked competitors Sigma's Healthcare and Woolworths out of contention. Now, this will be very interesting development to see what happens next. We have been reporting about this, and surprise, surprise, money wins. Who would have thought? Is this a step closer for the supermarkets to start to sell prescriptions? Or how hard is the Pharmacy Guild going to hold on to that? Because it looks like they've just rolled over to this. So there you have it. Some interesting topics. Surprise, surprise that money wins. Who would have thought? But there is a hell of a lot going on and we're glad to be reporting it. Thanks for sharing, following, and liking. Bye. Fuck you. And it states like this, that the prompted, fucking hell. And its stats, got it right. Fuck. Influencer Marketing Council, there's such a thing. No, there's not. It's about to be established. Australia, yeah. I think I said that fucking wrong. Despot. I don't know what that word is. That's what was happening. Stop. Fucking hell.